what is the end goal of all this? Like to get rich, to make a living doing this, or
Hello, fucking. That's my first.
All right, welcome everybody.
Folks and hoes.
This is goofy niggas talking on stuff. This is Hurt Feelings Uncut Podcast.
We are in the building.
I am J Mo the asshole.
I am Hennessy. Shelter.
I am Triple L.
We messing with a couple of the guys right now. They MIA or got their butt.
Got their tongue between some cheeks.
You know what I'm saying? We talk smack, we talk real, we talk real subjects. I think that today we should be talking about fathers and raising
This children in general.
children in general, but the roles of fathers when it comes specifically to their daughters, whether stepdaughters, biological daughters, father figures for someone else's daughter. You know what I'm saying? What is the role? What is the expectation that is put into place for that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, with an actual dad to girls and a stepdad to girls, what I've learned is family. Let's keep it 100. I'm gonna say this up front: ass whoopings are not the answer. These kids move so different from when I grew up. You know, we a little older, so you know the times have changed. Whooping your kid's ass ain't gonna do shit but make them hate you.
Indeed.
That's all that shit was. All that old 1994, 92, that shit's out the window. You gotta empathize with your kids, but you gotta put boundaries.
I agree, but I disagree on your part as far as like the 80s and the 90s, because here's the thing, and you'll agree with me on this.
Mhm.
The way we were raised in the 80s and the 90s, the way we were raised never to talk back to our parents, never to sit there and call our parents out of their name, never lie to our parents, none of that.
What happened?
You get your ass.
You got your ass beat.
No. You got your ass royally tore the fuck up. I
Beat.
don't care who you are, but the point I'm getting to is, if it wasn't for them doing that to us as kids, like, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't been in jail. I mean, I almost went to jail a few times. That's a whole nother story. But anyways,
You're not incriminating yourself.
no, I'm not incriminating myself. I'm keeping it 100. We're keeping it 100. I have never been to jail. I have never tried any drug other than weed. I have not robbed anybody. I have not killed anyone.
So, with saying that, you were instilled with morals and an understanding of setting boundaries for yourself.
Exactly.
Now, I agree, disagree, and also on the fact that you have to have an established type of relationship with kids. But you have to establish the level of relationship. We are not your friends, we are not your homeboys, homegirls, we are not none of these things. So understand, I am the parent, I am the step parent, I am the authority figure, I'm the one that put food in your mouth, clothes on your back, and a roof over your head.
Judge, jury, and execution.
No.
Okay, minus the execution.
No.
But understand that with all of those things, I am here to also be your protector. I am also here to be someone that you can come to when you're having bad situations or need someone to confide in. You can establish all those things, but don't think that it's all free will. I'm not here to raise entitled children. I'm not here to raise someone that a spoiled brat. I'm not here to raise someone that doesn't have respect for others. You know what I'm saying? And where I feel a lot of those lessons and life lessons come into place is when you initiate a relationship with someone else's child, they welcome you in, becoming a step parent. Once that authorization is given by the primary parent that, hey, I need you to step up and also be the disciplinarian, then you establish, hey, I got your back, but don't run away. I'm setting these limitations. I'm setting these
I'm gonna have to
and
disagree with you.
verbally, it's not going to work with these kids.
It's not. And you know why? Because nowadays, kids need a safe haven. They have to have a safe haven because it's so messed up out here.
Facts.
I have a 16-year-old stepdaughter. She's at 3 different places. And if she's not at those 3 places, there's something wrong. She's at the crib, she's at her best friend's house, or she's at her other friend's house. Them are the only 3 places that she goes. And as me being her stepdad, I trust that she's gonna do what she needs to do to, keep herself moving the way that she's moving. She moves different than most kids. If she's not in one of those 3 places, bro, it's a problem. It's a real problem. So what I do is, instead of me like jumping on her case about every little thing, because there's things that she does that pisses me off. And it makes me mad. I'm talking about to the point I've been fuming.
Right.
But you have to empathize, and you have to put some understanding to everything that they're doing. And you can't be like, you're doing this and you're doing it wrong, because now they're not going to trust you. Because now you're being mean. I was just telling my brother this in the car. Am I lying?
No, and in actuality, there's no lie, there's no sugarcoating it. Everybody at this table knows I'm a weird motherfucker. I listen to that. So I'm about to bring up a song that I actually started like understanding more of by a band called As I Die. The name of the song is called Anger and Empathy. And basically, it's basically saying like, the difference between anger and empathy or apathy, along with learning to understand it and literally coexist as one. What I'm trying to say is, it took me a while to understand that because everybody at this table knows I'm angry. I'm very angry. But,
What are you looking at?
I've realized that when it comes to dealing with children, like they get on your nerves. When dealing with, stepkids, especially stepkids, they get on your nerves. They get on your nerves to the point where you want to grab them like, but you can't because of the simple fact. They're not your kids, but also even if it was your own kids, you have to take into consideration that not using anger and whooping their ass and having more empathy for these for these kids, these stepkids.
The definition of empathy. The ability to understand and share the feelings of others.
That's what that means?
Yes.
Okay, my wrong state.
But no. Having that understanding of what empathy is, I can empathize with the situation. I can empathize that you have those feelings, but I don't have those feelings. I empathize with someone. We have either, to me, I've seen similar situations or I've went through the same situation. When it comes to disciplining someone, I'm not disciplining you out of anger. I'm disciplining you out of something that you did that you were given ample warning to not do, or you were told to do, and you did it anyway, or you didn't do it. And because that's something that we've spoke to you numerous of times on this subject, and you continuously do the negative behavior, okay, now there's consequences. To me, disciplining and whooping is a consequence. I'm not just going to sit here and whoop you willy-nilly all just because I feel like it. No, I'm not going to sit here and whoop you to give you like such. Oh, I'm the boss. No, that's not what it is. It's a discipline in itself. You know what I'm saying? So,
So can I actually ask a question that you're saying? So with empathy, when do you lose structure?
when do you lose or when do you build?
No, I said when do you lose structure if you're trying so hard to empathy?
When the behavior is repeated, and or the
Because the reason why I ask that, being raised from an old school mentality like we have, it's not the sense of discipline that has been stolen, it's more so the sense of structure. But if you're trying hard to empathize with something, or kids for that matter, how are you and how are you installing structure on them rather than just comfort?
that's the whole issue in itself. If you give instruction, right? Give a directive, you give an instruction of something you want done, or something that needs to be done, or uh, overall something not to do. Period. Any instruction, you are setting a boundary. When that boundary is crossed intentionally, and there is no consequence for it, that's when you start. That's when you start losing. Because trust and believe, children, especially stepchildren, are going to test the limits. They are going to test the limits, period. They're going to see what they can get away with and what they can't get away with. And when you continuously allow them to get away with certain things, they're going to run with it. They're going to try and get away with everything.
No, never.
Hold on.
I'm talking, hey, I have a stepdaughter that I'm raising right now.
Hold on, hear what I'm saying. I said, if you set up boundaries and limitations, right? Mm-hmm. And that child crosses those boundaries one or two times and gets away with it without consequence, they're going to continue to start testing the boundaries on everything.
They're not us. You have to understand. They're not
I'm
us.
living with it right now.
Do you know why? Because you're not putting in what you think you are. These kids need that one-on-one special attention nowadays.
No, there's no such thing.
It is. Listen, it's called being entitled, but to get an understanding, to understand how a child is your fucking job.
Right.
You have to understand how that child is. You don't know what trauma she's holding on to make her act out the way she is. Right. It could be her dad. Right. It could be her grandma, her grandpa, her best friend.
I understand what you're saying for building that one-on-one bond with that child. As a step parent, I mean, you got to build that one-on-one bond.
Correct.
I understand. I fully understand because I agree. I've done it once before. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is someone that has an established relationship with parent and the stepchild. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Once you've established that stuff and then you have boundaries, ground rules, all these things set into place, regardless if it's been 1 month, 2 years, 5 years, a child is still going to test the limits.
They're going to test the limits, but as you as the stepfather have to catch her before she gets to the limit. You have to, hey, pipe down. I see you doing a little too much.
Right.
Kari, you know me. I can say my kids. Me and Kari, we don't have any problems. Me and Taylor, we don't have any problems. I don't argue with my babies. I don't do any of that. They talk to people reckless. You know.
I know.
But when they talk to their daddy, they act like they're 5 years old. Because I put that love, that care, I've been through the ringer with these children.
One empathy structure. You can't have it without the discipline.
Do you know why, bro? It's because I wasn't the one to whoop their ass as soon as they do something.
No, I'm not saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying.
I'm not. That's why I have the relationships that I do. I'm a safe haven for them. They can come and tell me anything, and our conversation stays between me and that person. It doesn't go to their mom. It doesn't go to their brother, their sister, their auntie. It's a one-on-one conversation. They tell me how they feel. Even if it's with me, they tell me how they feel. I reply to it. We talk about it, and guess what? By the time of that end of that conversation, one of them is crying because they're like, "Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't even want to feel like that." It's all of what you put into the relationship. You got to put love into that shit, even when you feel like you should be whooping ass.
No. So this is where I think there's misunderstanding. This is where I think there's misunderstanding. The misunderstanding I feel is that there's no intent, but there is no action put in love. No, that's there. All of these things are there. Everything that love, like I said, love, compassion, empathy, sympathy, care, concern, is there. It's getting put in. That is 99% of the time.
Right.
We're talking about that 1% of the time where you may have to.
You don't have to.
That's not true.
You don't have to.
Okay, so then no. So then if
You know, Carl. You know, Carl.
So then in your relationship with her may not be every situation. So that's why I say 99% of the time.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, no. I mean, there's a yes and no answer to that. Like, I believe I actually agree with both of them. But I'm curious to know why you feel like there's always an out.
Why do I feel like there's always an out? Because that's how these kids are built nowadays. They're not like us. We got our ass kicked for everything we did. You mess up in school, get your ass whipped. You fucking stay out too long, get your ass whipped. You say something that they felt that was smart, and you wouldn't even say anything smart, but if they felt that was smart, you got your ass whipped. Nowadays, you whoop their ass, you're going to jail.
And therein lies where your approach. You have a fear of the repercussions.
Oh, no. I don't have a fear of anything, because guess what? I come from a long line of I've whooped some ass in my life. I had to. You know, but when it came to my stepkids, bro, I couldn't go in there and be Iron fucking Mike Tyson whooping their ass, bro. Like, I couldn't do it, man.
Let's give the example.
How are they gonna trust me if I'm whooping them?
I was raised by a stepfather. 99% of the time, when I got disciplined, it was by my mother. A few times that he disciplined me, it was something that I did major.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's something some behavior that was so off the wall that either put lives at risk or risk the house or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's when he stepped in. But 9 times out of 10, it was either my mother that disciplined me or doing something stupid, staying out late. You know what I'm saying? Without calling.
But did you hear what you're saying? You're talking about from when we were growing up to right now. If you put a hand on a baby, you're going to jail.
No, you're not.
I get what you're saying. But this actually brings up to my next question. Do you think the reason why kids are the way they are is because mothers are mostly doing the discipline and the fathers are not
either not in the home, not active,
not even just not active or not in the home, but not doing the day-to-day discipline. They're only disciplining when it comes to majorly things and not minor.
Well, see, because when it comes to stepkids, it's different.
And in my household, when I grew up, I had the privilege of both my parents, but my mother did the majority of the disciplining and raising, while my father
was the worker.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
See, it also comes in where you come from too. You feel
I mean,
me?
no, I agree with that. I agree
mean,
with
I
that.
come from the same line. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad was like my mom was a stay-at-home mom while my dad was at work. When I did something fucked up, it wasn't your mom that you had to worry about. 'Cause your mom, she's gonna send you to your room.
Thank
It was
you.
your dad.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
You dreaded when your dad came home. You seen my dad. You understood why I am the way I am now since you met my dad. No, dude, my dad.
He was
You want
something
to tell him? You
different.
want to tell him? You want me to
His
tell
dad
him?
was
You want me to
different.
tell him, or you want to tell him?
You can tell him.
Okay, dude, my dad. Okay, my dad worked dry clean my whole life from when I was like, I'd say into sixth grade all the way to about high school. My dad was in dry cleaning. That's all he did. But little did I know, my dad was also an ex-Golden Glove boxer. Plus, he studied Japanese karate. So imagine you getting the choice of a belt or the hand. And you better pray that he doesn't hit you that hard with the belt. But if you get hit with his hand, bro, it didn't feel like I got a pat on my ass. It felt like I got a freaking like 4x4 of steel against my ass. Like, trust me when I say this, the way I am now, how humble I am, how is the reason why I got my ass whooped by my dad, bro. Because
My dad is not from the States. He is from the island. He's from Barbados.
bro, my dad's from Clifton, Tennessee.
Old school whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Old
Old
school,
school, whoop your ass.
That day that you came out of he was
And my mom, my mom, she was Springfield, Illinois.
Mama
Now
Terry.
just imagine that presence.
That's
My
how
mom was a hunter, bro. My mom
Like,
was a
like
freaking
that.
hunter.
Why do you think back when I was like in my teens and 20s, my dad's ringtone was the Imperial March because he had that type of commanding presence. Yes, he had that type of.
Oh my
I
God!
swear to God. I hated going to my teacher parent conferences because the moment my dad told him that I was fucking up in school, it was to the point I started. No. It was to the point I started disconnecting all my TVs and stuff because I knew he was gonna do that before I would eat my ass.
Let me put
I
you
just
up.
did it for him.
My right hand on my children, so I can never make this up. Ready? You hear me? If I'm lying, you can come down here and take me back with you. They called my grandmother Ward.
Yep.
You know why? Very straight to the point, and she ain't give a fuck about what you have to say after what she said. And if you talk back, she was 6'3".
Yep.
She'll smack
I
your
met
ass
Granny.
up. Y'all met her. Both of
I
y'all.
remember. I definitely remember.
I ain't gonna lie.
That
Hey,
scared
Cindy
me.
loved him though. Hey, Cindy still love you to this day. She asked me, where your brother at? He's somewhere. He's
So-
chilling.
Excuse me, everybody. I walked out for a second. But I had a father he had a belt that was used. You know, if you ever seen The Color Purple or anything like that, that belt that was used
shaving belt?
the sharpen with the razor. That was his belt. So when it came to disciplining, my mom primarily did it unless it was something severe and she had to call it. I have had my dad come up to my school, take me out the classroom, whoop my ass, put me back in the classroom with tears in his eyes.
And didn't care.
And didn't care. Now, understanding what you're saying is that disciplining these children, you run a risk of going to jail. No, disciplining and abusing
Are two different things.
Abusing these children.
No, but I'm just saying this. Like, just hear me when I say this. Most kids nowadays will deal with you and give you more love if you're understanding to them than more of trying to down them, because that's what they feel. If you yell at them, that's them you downing them. You're being mean. And I'm telling
I'm
you,
gonna tell you just like this, and at the end of the day, I don't care.
why?
You go respect the house, you go respect the household. Whatever you're dealing with on a separate note, we can talk about it. But when it comes to the house, the roof that is being placed over your head for your protection, that makes sure you are safe, warm, and have something comfortable, there has to be a respect level established.
Yo, you wonder why a lot of parents are losing their kids to the streets.
That's the thing.
Because there's no love being
There's
given.
no respect, bro.
Nobody respects anything anymore, bro. Nobody. I mean, we were raised in a different time, so we have the morals and the values. But look at people. Man, I know grown men that are out here acting like they 12, 13, 14 years old.
Man.
Grown men. There's no more respect. The families don't even stick together anymore. I was dating a person that told me she does not deal with her family. What? Oh no, man, we're gonna have to cut this short because I'm used to having all mine around. You see how we was back in the day? Where was your kids at? Where was your kids at? We all was a group. We were a unit. Hey, you mess with one, you mess with all.
This is the issue with everything right now, bro. These kids, these children, these unmature individuals are expected to be treated equally as adults, and they're not.
They're not. That's correct.
They're not at all.
They're not.
So I'm not going to treat you as an adult and as my equal when you're not an adult and my equal. You ain't holding down no job. You're not paying any bills. You're not doing any of these things that are, as an adult, you are responsible for. And until then, I'm not going to give you the same level of respect. I'll give you respect as a human being, as a breathing, living a person. But you go respect my status as a parent and as an authority figure. I'm not sitting here, I'm saying I'm dominating, no, none of that. I'm not doing any of that. But as who I am in your life, somebody that's feeding you, providing for you, and making sure you are safe and secure, I expect that respect.
You respect it. But guess what? On the flip side of it, you gotta earn it.
Who?
You have to.
Me doing those things, making sure that they are safe and secure.
As you being a parent, you have to do it. It's by law, but you have to.
By whose law? The government? No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Because if that was the case, bro, then it would be more fathers in the home, there would be more mothers in the home. It would be a lot less people out here doing whatever the fuck they want to in this fucking world. If they could by law that they had to be a parent, there would be a lot less kids out here in foster care.
If you have a child living in your home, you have to do it.
No, you don't. There is no governmental law saying if I have a child that is living under my roof, that's in my name, that I have to provide for them.
You do.
If I'm not the biological parent.
No. But if they're in your household and you're not taking care of them, they're going to take their child out of the home. Which, hey, to each his own. Everybody has the way that they live with their stuff. But how are you gonna put a fucking relationship with a child that you're telling, I don't care what you're talking about because I do this, that, and the third for you.
No,
These kids are smarter
than
than
what I'm saying. I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I'm catching from what you're saying, bro.
That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is,
I guess I'm innocent today.
you
I don't know
have
how
to
that works.
separate. There is a separation of the respect. You're going to respect what I do. But if you want the respect from me emotionally, understand that you can't just sit here and do whatever you want to.
I get that, but at the end of the day,
I will be in
you're
your
gonna
life.
be more.
When you're going through something, I will be there.
You're
When
gonna
you're
be
having
more
these issues,
successful.
huh?
You're gonna be more successful with
You have
trying.
to separate the two, bro. There's two different.
No.
types of
I'm not saying you can't have your points where you're like, hey, no. I'm not saying that you can't have that, but to have the relationship and for them to trust you, you have to be like, hey, that's what I'm saying.
There's two different respects. We're talking
Mhm.
about respect